What's up, folks? So today we're gonna give Pixelwife's base a facelift. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Pixelwife series. So, yeah, we have to deal with this base. We need to give it a little bit of fixer-upper and also to make it work. So if you didn't catch last episode, Pixelwife, well, basically, I challenged Pixelwife to build a Horde base. Something that she's never done before, ever. So she didn't know the mechanics, and let's just say it didn't turn out too great. As you can see, the zombies came here, they climbed over the top, and we exploded some demolishers, and they ran around here, and we basically ran for our lives to the other base. And then when we got to this one, we had 2 waves of demolishers, pretty much wrecked everything in this one as well. But we managed to survive regardless. So let's focus on one base at a time. We're going to focus on this. Now, her initial designs, she wanted a kind of castle build. Because, well, why not really? She wanted a kind of a castle build, which we can do. She wanted like little towers on the side, on the corners and stuff. And she wanted like an explosion pit. So the concept was sound, which is fine. So it's basically the zombies coming here, and then they drop down, and basically we throw like grenades and stuff to blow up in here. However, the execution wasn't too great as well because of the catwalk here. They saw this as a pathway to get to us on to that side over there. So first things first, I need to do a lot of digging. Now, having a tier 5 auger, which is great, and I also have it completely modded as well, so we have 3 mods on here. It would have been great if I had a tier 6 one, but we haven't got to find one yet. But first things first, we need to make some amendments. So my plan is, I need to make this pit a bit bigger, so I'm going to remove some of these blocks around here and then make it a little bit deeper as well. Now, she said she wanted like a looping thing. I think we should totally disregard that and remove that, and so they stay in there. That way, when we throw grenades and stuff down here, we're going to get maximum damage when they're in here as well. And if they do manage to like blow up the blocks underneath, it doesn't matter. They can blow all the way down to bedrock. The plan is to keep them there as long as possible so that we can kill them in one big go, right? So we're going to remove this. These dart traps as well, we're going to remove these as well. I do have an idea to maybe put the dart traps at the bottom of the pit so that when they land, they're going to basically shoot across as well. I do have one specific requirement from Pixelwife. She says that she does not want electric fence posts whatsoever. She says they sound horrible and it kind of gives her a headache. So no electric fence posts. So basically it's going to be free for all. So we need to keep them in there as long as possible without electric fences. So I'm going to do a lot of digging. And I'm sure you don't want to see me do the digging. So I'll be right back when I've excavated everything. I should mention at this point that Pixelwife couldn't join me today just because she had other things to do and she just really couldn't get out of it. So I'm basically doing this build on my own, or this episode on my own. But not only is that, she hates building anyway. So the last episode that she got to build is probably the most that you're ever going to see her build. So yeah, I'm going to be building the base right here. So you got me all this episode. Ain't you lucky? I feel like I've been digging for like hours. This is taking so long. The dirt is fine. The dirt basically collapsed. So I dug around to the bottom, and I basically just shaved off the bottom layer and then the sides as well, and then collapsed the rest. But oh my life, the concrete and everything else took so long to dig out. Like all this area just took too long. even with the auger, it just took too long. So yeah, so I managed to take everything out here, and I've taken out this kind of steel archway. And yeah, I just wanted to show you the hole that I dug so far. Now, just to kind of elaborate what I'm gonna do here. So all these steps, this is all gonna be filled with concrete, and so is this side. And I've basically dug out a little bit further out. So the idea is, I've dug out the hole a little bit deeper. I can't remember how deep it is. I didn't really count. I just dug until I felt it was deep enough. So this is gonna be the fake catwalk, right? And they're gonna jump down to here. Now, The reason why I made it deeper was I just figured that if they were to congregate, the deeper it is, the better it's gonna be, right? I feel I've been digging for like hours, but I just wanted to take a little break here from all the digging because one, is mind-numbingly boring, but two, just to kind of give you a progress of what I've just done. Now, if I just turn on the kind of dev camera mode here, I can fly around just to show you what I've done here. So I've taken out the steel frame here, and I've also taken out the line here for the walkway, so there's no visible pathing to either side here. My plan is just to take all this off at some point, but concrete takes so long to dig away, so I'm gonna do that at last minute. It's not really essential right now. I've done a massive pit, so I took away the supporting concrete first, and then I dug all the way down to the bottom, and I basically just shaved off the entire bottom, and then shaved off the side as well, and then I just collapsed the whole middle section. That's the fastest way I could possibly do it, otherwise I'll be here forever. Now, the reason why I've gone further down is because I want this pit, one, to be deeper, right? Oh, hang on. Weird camera angles. Yeah, I want this pit to be deeper so that they don't have a chance to kind of climb out or dig out. But also, I want the walls to be thicker. So instead of just one layer of steel wall, I'm going to have 2 layers on either side. So essentially, it's going to be, going to be like a little bit thinner in the middle, like long and thin. And then at the top here, this is going to be the catwalk. If I just step out a little bit here, there's going to be the fake catwalk here, and there's going to be a little bit of a roof. And on this roof, there's going to be a little bit of a plate. And the idea is that we're going to be stood here, right? And then we're going to throw the grenades at the plate, and the because it's throwing at the plate, it'll stop it a minute and just drop down. And once it drops down, hopefully, it'll blow all the zombies up in the bottom of the pit. And yeah, the other thing I want to kind of point out is at some point during the night, they are gonna break the blocks regardless of like how many are, because there is a mechanic where the zombies congregate together, the more block damage they do. To try and combat that, I'm gonna try and put some like wedge tips down facing upwards, so the pointy end is going to be upwards here. I'm going to do that to try and make the zombies think that they can jump up before they can start smashing a block, right? I'm not sure if that mechanic's gonna work, but I know that they see wedge tips as like a jumping block, like a pathable block, instead of like a block that they can hit. They think it's a climbing block rather than a punching block, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm gonna try and put that to the theory, and hopefully that'll stop them from trying to smash their way out and just make them try and jump out instead. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that and the progress so far. It's taken a little while. As you can see, it's already like 7 AM the next day. It took me a long time to dig all that, but most of the hard work is done, and the next start is basically just to concrete it all up. So this camera angle, what is going on here? Right, I'm gonna all right, I'm gonna fix my camera. Let me fix it now. Let me fix it now. Okay, right. So I'm gonna start building everything up, and then we'll be back when I've framed everything and concrete it, and hopefully my idea works. I hope. Oh, fingers crossed. So whilst I've been building, guys, I've just had a thought. How the hell are we actually gonna get down here to pick up all the loot? Because at the end of Horde Night, there's gonna be a lot of loot bags. So to kind of combat that idea, I thought about just doing like a hatch ladder, but not all the way down, to maybe just like halfway. So let's say let's take that one away, and then those two. Oh, those two right here will be a door, and then that'll be the platforms. And then that way, we can just jump. We can come down the hatch ladder without breaking our leg, and then jump down here. And then so once we finish the night, we just come up here and then nerd pull back up. I think maybe that's probably the best plan I can come up with. I can't really think of any other way to get down, really. Yeah. Other than that, I could go all the way down and then have a hatch on the bottom, but I think that's a little bit risque. Yeah, so I think we'll do that. We'll just do like a little hatch and a ladder all the way to that point there. We'll put a vault door there. And yeah, and then we can just jump down here. And obviously as well, the ladder on the inside, it needs to be too high so the zombies don't see it as a path that they can just like climb up. Yeah, so we'll do that. And it's also a good way for me to get back up, because right now I have to nerd pull all the way back up to come back down. So yeah. Yeah, we need to find a way to get up and down. Right then, so the pit is done now. Let me just show you what I've done. So here is the vault hatch entrance to the bottom. Obviously, it needs to put I need to put like a vault door hatch on there. But if I just jump down here, you'll see here is the pit, and it is a mighty pit, if I do say so myself. Oh, I've missed a couple of blocks there. All right, I'll have to fix that in a second. Right, but yeah, so I've managed to put these wedge tips here. So you see the concept that I mean, if you didn't understand earlier. So I think zombies think these are like more like jumping stairs, as in like they don't smash them. They kind of see it as a block to jump up to here and then a block to jump up here. And every time that they try to do that, they kind of fall down. So which hopefully should give us time before they actually start smacking that block that right there. And I didn't want to do that. Wait. Yeah, so it should give us a little of time whilst they're kind of trying to climb out for us to kind of throw our grenades down here. And it is a very, very tight area. So hopefully when we throw the grenades down, this should basically catch them all, right? But yeah, I'm gonna go fill that hole in over there and obviously climb out of here. I was debating to put maybe at least like 2 ladders here, something like one there, one there, one there. But I was a little bit concerned once they start stacking up, maybe they'll be able to climb onto the ladder. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But for now, let me just use the nerd pull technique like I've been doing all day and just get out of here like this. And yeah, we'll finish off the hole and hopefully we can make it look like a castle-ish, I hope. It's day 3, the morning. It's slowly getting like coming together. Oh, I've missed a hole, look. I need to fill that in. I also need to fill in a hole on this side as well. Right, but anyway, the general gist of it has been completed, right? So imagine you're a zombie. You're gonna come up here like this, and you're gonna face with this contraption, right? It's basically a wall. Underneath here are wedge tips, so the zombies can think that they can like path along here at some point. But what's gonna happen is that the AI is gonna make them run across, but then they fall all the way down to the bottom. And as you can see, I've already reinforced everything. All this is going to be steel, but kind of running low on steel right now, so we need to get that manufacturing on the go. And yeah, they're going to basically just stay down here, really. Oh my god, what is it? What is going on with this camera girl? Right, yeah, so they basically stay down here. I did put a ladder. What is going on here? Okay, yeah, I basically put a ladder here as well. What I found is that it's quite difficult for a zombie to probably get up here. I found it difficult when the ladder was just here, so I put an extra one here. And I don't think the zombies are ever going to reach this at all. Yeah, and we put a little hatch here, and that's going all the way up. As you can see, I'll close this up as well. And yeah, that's essentially it, really. I put a backboard here, so Pixel Wife and I are going to be stood on this side of the ramp, as you can see here. I've put in the safety barriers so we don't fall in. And then what I've done is I have put a backboard here. I might paint it with a little target just so you know where to throw it. But essentially, you're going to throw it along here, down there. And that's going to drop the grenade. So when you throw it, it's going to drop all the way down there. And hopefully dead center, as you can see, I've kind of aimed it dead center right in the middle of that pit. And this camera, it keeps flipping around. What is it doing? Right. Behave yourself. So yeah, hopefully it'll drop down and kill every zombie. So that's basically it. The build is kind of done. There's obviously a couple of holes I need to fill up here. This bit here is actually hollow, as you can see. I actually use plates, and the reason I've done it is I kind of want to keep it as a gap. As you can see here, this wall here is kind of floating on a gap, and the reason is that the zombie doesn't see it as a path to get across here. So what I've done is I've used plates and to kind of cover the actual hole itself, and it looks pretty good actually. It's kind of flush. I obviously need to reinforce it, but because they don't see plates as a pathable like block, hopefully they'll just ignore this and they'll never go to the left and right. In addition, I've also extended the half blocks to go all the way to the end here. So when they run up here, they're gonna be pushed along here like that, right? Hopefully so, and then they just run into the hole. At the top here, I've moved a couple of dart traps. The dart traps are facing the wrong direction, but never mind, I was kind of in a rush, and they face down into that pit directly here. So if they do decide to try and jump up, then there's a little bit of safety net when the dart traps hit down. Now, I did question how far the dart traps go, because I didn't measure how far how deep the pit goes, so I'm not even sure the darts will hit. But even if the zombies drop down, the darts will hit the zombies as they fall down, so that's all right. Okay, so, and I also put in a little grate here as well. So if I just move this around, I put in a little grate. It's only wood. I will upgrade it to iron, but yeah, if you wanted to come up and like shoot the zombies from here, you could just do it from here like that, if you really wanted to. I mean, I will never reach with my shotgun, but with Pixelwife's AK and a tactical assault rifle or even a sniper rifle, you can just shoot them along here like that, right? So yeah, so that is the build so far. Now I just need to make it look like a castle for our princess or our queen. It happened, guys. It finally happened. I knew we were gonna hit it at some point, but I just didn't know when. We finally ran out of concrete, but luckily it's not too far from being finished. So let me just show you whilst I'm in the dev camera mode. Let me show you what I've done. So here it is, like the castle approach. Now there's a couple of things I need to do here. Let me just put the UI on so you can see my crosshair. I do need to take out a couple of blocks here just to make it look like the castle-y kind of wall kind of look here. I've put her little what are they called on the corners? The towers on the corner. I'm just gonna call them towers. I put them on the corners here. So this is the tower. It looks a little bit cramped, but I mean they were a little bit cramped back in the day, right? Yeah. But yeah, you can have a look at out here. These are just wooden bars, but these can be upgraded with forged iron a little bit later on. But essentially, this is it. So I was debating going back to make some more concrete, but that was going to take forever. Like, not only do you have to grind the stone, but then you have to smelt it, and then you have to make it into the mixer to turn it into mix. So that was going to take far too long. So that's something that we're going to do offline. Pixelwife and I'm going to make her suffer with the grindage, but I hope you get the picture of what I was going for and what she wanted from me. I hope it fulfills her criteria of like a castle explosion pit, I hope. I don't know. You tell me what you think, guys. Do you think the towers are okay? I'm going to paint it as well. When we get enough paint, I'm going to paint this like looking brick, like stonework, like old school stonework. We need to put like a little ladder entrance here as well. But essentially, this is it. I need to move the electronics as well, but pretty much done. Pretty much done. The pit is done. This is all done here. Don't need to do anything more. I did think about, you know how she said she didn't want any electric fence posts, right? To kind of slow the zombies down. I was wondering, could we use water? Because this space isn't too big. If I just got buckets and buckets of water and filled the bottom 2 layer, doesn't that stop them from digging? Because they can't dig, right? Whilst the swimming animation is going on. Is that a thing? Maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I have to theory test it in the testing one. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. There's no zombie killing in this episode, sadly. Just thought we'd take a break from killing zombies. You know, even zombies need a break from being massacred. But I hope you enjoyed this build. I hope it gives you a little bit of inspiration, and I also hope that it works. So it's day 66 now. It's 4 more days until the Horde night. Hopefully by then we'll have built this ready to go for day 70 Horde. So again, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you did like this video, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. It really helps with the visibility of the channel, and I shall catch you in the next one. Peace.